So we've got this old barn that the foundation was falling apart on here, and it was an old rock foundation, and we can see that it was falling apart, and it wouldn't have been too much longer until it would have it was already starting to sag a little bit there. So we put another plate on the front of it to hold the joist together a little bit, and then we jacked it up so you can see it's sitting maybe 6 inches off of the top of the old rock foundation. We got some big jacks that we borrowed from an Amish sawmill, and they build log cabins, so we used all these timbers to stack it up and put I-beams or square tubing beams up on top to hold it up. And then today they're coming in with a mini excavator to help clear all this out so we don't have to clean out all the rock. Got these braced up good so that if that cement wall or those blocks, those old rocks fall in, they don't knock out our timbers that are holding the barn up. We're going to take out this whole back corner. The other side was already fixed a while back, and I guess you can't really see it very well, but it's cement block. So we're up here with the excavator, Mini X. We got a lot of the wall taken out, and there's the rock there that's yet to be taken out. So we got a big pile here for now. We got a track come off, and we're putting that back together. Got a big hole, so we're digging down to put a footer in. It's about 10 feet. So we got 8-foot forms. So we're going around it out right now so we can get the footer in the bottom. We've got the stone wall out, and they use stone just for a footer. Transom level to go around. So today we're pouring the footer. We put the rebar in because we're going to put up some forms. We got the footer formed up here. It doesn't have to be perfect, just level is all. So we're going to pour that in here. It's about 20 inches wide and 13 inches deep. You can just see these rebar are for the form, or for the walls, to tie the footer to the walls. We got our dugout, and it's ready to go. So today we got the footing poured, everything's set up, and we picked up some cement forms that we're renting. Pretty good pile of them, it's a good load. And we're right at just under 60 feet total of wall. So we're going to start setting those forms up here this morning. We've got everything set up, and we'll throw some rebar in there. We started on the corner, and we're going to spray the forms down so the concrete doesn't stick to it. Like we got the ties holding it together. We put a chalk line down on the cement on the footer. That way everything stays square. So the ties go between each one of the 2-foot sections. They just sit right down in there. And the latch comes over and locks in the next section. And these are the ties. They got little grooves on them to hold everything together. Just go right up in there. Keep everything spaced properly. And they're 8-inch walls. Alright, so we got the forms all up. We're on the inside of the barn now. We braced them out from the inside, and they're braced also from the outside. So we make a big L. This is what it looks like on the outside. We left ourselves some space to set the barn back down and to we'll put a plate in there, new plate in there, and build it up. So we got the cement coming in about 15 minutes. Everything gotta get sprayed down and we'll be ready to go. Alright, we just started pouring and she just barely fits in there. We got it about 3/4 of the way full right now. So we got her poured. We put bolts in the top to put a plate down. We'll put a treated 2x8 down. It's an 8-inch wall, so it'll be a 7.5-inch plate, but that'll be good. And then we're gonna get a beam cut out of pine to set on top of there. So anyway, took about 45 minutes to pour it, and we went around tapping on it with a rubber mallet to get all the air out of it, or as much of the air as we could get out of it. So anyway, she'll get all set up, and in a couple days we'll set her down. So we're going around pulling all the forms off, and we got this tie breaker here, and each one of these has got a tie that go between it, and we go around and break them off, just twist them right off, and that's how everything breaks loose. A lot of pressure on there. So the forms are off. Now it's time to let it down. Put a plate on her. We got a timber we're gonna put in there. We'll let her down. Looking good.
Everybody up now, but
see what happens.
right there is the gas too.
Yeah. I don't know if that. Alright, so we had some beams cut at a sawmill. We're setting them on top of the plate, and that's going to fill the gap. There's the pile of them. We got the first one slid in, and we're notching for the bolts that came up, the anchor bolts. Alright, we've got it done, except for the pushing the dirt back in. But you can see we put the big timber in. See the footer, the wall. Everything's sat back down. We just got to push the dirt in and put a little bit of drainage tile in. Looking good.